flag of Teaching Artist Conference goes up, these are the people who would respond in spite of those inconveniences and expenses, is a marker for, I think, something that begins here. And as our days go on, we'll see if maybe something could continue beyond. We'll see if that energy emerges. That's certainly my hope. Indeed, if I were to name two hopes for this conference, the first would be, since this is such a broad first conversation, that we begin to get a sense of what it is that underlies the disparity from a Tanzanian village to Carnegie Hall. What is it that is the same underneath? One of the phrases I live by comes from the 20th century physicist David Bohm, who said, any time you see seeming opposites, like a Tanzanian village and Carnegie Hall, look for the greater truth that contains them both. That's part of what my hope is here. As we look at the disparity of experiences and understandings that enter here today, what is the greater truth that contains them both? What does this group, as unofficial representatives of many cultures, what is it that we find at the heart of this notion of teaching artistry? So that's one of my hopes, that we begin to find things we all recognize as the essential core of this idea called teaching artist. And my second great hope is that informal networks, friendships, the beginnings of long-term commitments, professional dating, whatever we might want to call it, starts to happen enough that it can carry beyond the days of our defined time together. So that in fact, work wants to continue, wants to keep going, has to keep going, connections across cultures that can further explore what can happen together. So that is my hope, that on the dinner breaks, and on the bathroom breaks, and at the meals, that in fact conversations happen with people you don't know, people whose work or comments have interested you, so that you can have those first conversations now, while we happen to be together, to see what might continue beyond. You'll notice that in tomorrow afternoon, our conference provides something dangerously close to speed dating, which is many short presentations where you can get a feel for the work of your colleagues. This is a time to select those people who maybe you just heard something and it sounds interesting, or their little description in our brochure sounds like it connects to the work that you do. It's a chance to get just enough feel for the work that they do to start a good conversation while you're still here, to find out more, to see where there might be a match. So tomorrow afternoon is where we make a grantedly very inadequate opportunity for everyone in the room who has plenty to share to offer the best of what they've got as an invitation for further conversation. We have three